In what can only be described as a tragic and jaw-dropping case out of Lexington, Kentucky, a local elementary school teacher finds herself at the center of a criminal investigation that's part real-life drama, part cautionary tale.
A teacher accused of driving drunk on the way to school and hitting and killing a man and taking off. I have the shocking case out of the Bluegrass State.
And fatally striking a pedestrian, then fleeing the scene. This wasn't just a case of bad judgment or a minor fender bender. Police say the man she allegedly struck, 32-year-old Joshua Hampton, later died from his injuries after fighting for his life in the hospital for 2 days. It's the kind of case that makes you pause and think, wait, what? From drive to disaster. The incident occurred around 7 a.m. on April 16, 2025, along Georgetown Road near Mercer Road in Lexington. According to law enforcement, Caldwell was en route to work, at a school no less, when she struck Hampton, a pedestrian, and kept on driving. That's right, she didn't stop. No aid rendered, no 911 call, just a thud, a shrug, allegedly, and straight to school. What makes this even more disturbing is that Hampton was left there, critically injured, while the driver allegedly went about her day as if nothing had happened. Police were able to trace her quickly thanks to city surveillance from the Real-Time Intelligence Center. If you were ever skeptical about Big Brother, let this be a moment of appreciation. Breathalyzer bombshell. Let's talk numbers, specifically blood alcohol content. Caldwell's BAC allegedly measured a staggering .278. To put that into perspective, the legal limit in Kentucky is .08. So yes, she clocked in at more than 3 times the legal limit. That's not a glass of wine with dinner scenario. That's I should have been horizontal hours ago territory. For those of you doing math at home, .278 is even higher than many extreme DUI thresholds in other states. It's the kind of number that makes you wonder if she was celebrating the Kentucky Derby a few months early. School days. Teaching while trashed. When officers arrived at Glendover Elementary School shortly after the incident, they located Caldwell's car in the school parking lot. Guess what? The vehicle had visible damage. Not exactly the best way to blend in when you're under investigation for a hit and run. And yes, she was allegedly already inside the school preparing for her day, teaching special education students. Let's pause for that irony to sink in. A woman allegedly intoxicated beyond recognition, fresh off a hit and run, teaching vulnerable children. Not exactly the poster child for Teacher of the Year. The school district acted quickly, placing her on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. The confession. According to the police report, Caldwell admitted she had been drinking the night before. She also informed officers that she had taken medications for anxiety, depression, and blood pressure that morning. Now, while honesty is generally the best policy, it's not always the best defense, especially when paired with a 3 times the limit breathalyzer reading. She reportedly told officers that she heard a thud during her drive to school but didn't realize she had hit someone. Now we all know what it's like to drive over a pothole or maybe hit a curb, but hitting a person tends to feel, well, different. This claim will no doubt be a key point of contention in court. From bond to house arrest, what's next for Caldwell? Following her arrest, Caldwell pleaded not guilty and was released on a $25,000 bond. But with one major caveat, she's currently under house arrest. That means no quick trips to the grocery store or unexpected runs to Starbucks. Instead, she's staying put, awaiting her fate while investigators and prosecutors dig deeper. One can only imagine the conversations happening behind those closed doors. Probably some intense soul-searching and a lot of legal advice being exchanged over herbal tea. She's likely become very familiar with the 4 walls of her living room, and possibly the legal drama genre on Netflix. Every ding of the doorbell might bring either a delivery or a panic attack. With an ankle monitor as her new fashion accessory, there's no hiding from the reality of what's to come. House arrest may sound better than jail, but it's no staycation, especially when the clock is ticking toward a potential indictment. The legal breakdown, charges, and more charges. As of now, Jamie Caldwell is facing several serious charges stemming from the incident, including driving under the influence, DUI, leaving the scene of an accident, and failure to render aid in a situation involving serious injury or death. These charges alone are enough to carry substantial prison time. However, legal experts suggest that more charges could be on the horizon. One particularly likely addition is a vehicular homicide charge, which under Kentucky law carries a potential sentence of 10 to 20 years. If that charge is added to the mix, Caldwell could be looking at a total of up to 30 years behind bars. While courts may sometimes show leniency to first-time offenders, prosecutors are expected to pursue this case aggressively due to the severity of the alleged actions and the tragic outcome, the death of 32-year-old Joshua Hampton. Given Caldwell's role as a teacher and the public trust that comes with it, the case is likely to draw even greater scrutiny from both legal authorities and the public. What would a defense look like? James Bogan, a criminal defense attorney based in Cincinnati, shared his professional insights into the potential defense strategy Caldwell's legal team might employ. His first reaction? That a breathalyzer result of 0.278 is extraordinarily high, far beyond the point where defense arguments about accuracy typically gain traction. Still, no case is without possible angles. A skilled defense team would likely look into whether the breathalyzer used in the arrest was properly calibrated and maintained. They would also examine if the field sobriety tests were conducted according to standardized police protocols. Additionally, factors such as visibility, lighting conditions at the time of the incident, and any environmental elements at the scene might be relevant in challenging elements of the prosecution's timeline or narrative. If a blood test was taken, how it was collected, stored, and analyzed could also become a critical point of contention. Beyond procedural scrutiny, Caldwell's reported use of medications for anxiety, depression, and high blood pressure may open the door for arguments around mental health or impaired judgment. While such factors do not excuse criminal behavior, they could potentially be used to seek reduced sentencing or treatment-based alternatives, particularly if this is her first offense, and there is evidence of a deeper substance abuse or mental health struggle. The mugshot heard round the web. The public reaction to Caldwell's mugshot was intense. Many noticed what appeared to be a smirk, which only poured gasoline on the public outrage. While some speculated it might be a result of intoxication or nerves, it struck many as callous, especially given the severity of the charges. Now, we can't pretend to know what was going through her head at that moment, but if there's one takeaway from this story, it's this. Never underestimate the power of a mugshot to shape public opinion. Life lost, careers ruined, and a community in shock. At the heart of this story is a man, Joshua Hampton, whose life ended far too soon. He wasn't just a name in a report. He was a 32-year-old human being who likely had plans for that day, dreams, family, and people who loved him. His death is a heartbreaking reminder of how one reckless decision can shatter multiple lives in an instant. Caldwell's career, reputation, and freedom are now in jeopardy. Regardless of how this case plays out in court, the consequences are already devastating. Her future in education is likely over, and her actions have forever changed not just her own life, but the lives of many others. If you found this case as shocking as we did, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you want more true crime breakdowns just like this. And hey, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the latest updates and legal insights. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. Real life is stranger than fiction.